Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I have caddy, and that looks fine for 28. The other option would be set the queue up. Nah, I think caddy's fine. 28. That's a great rack. And I have sardine and a few others. Randy's. What do I have from the A? Aranaids. Do I have a 4-timer? Sandia, sardine, raisined. I need the S to be in the middle of the word, the fourth letter, so Dracene through an E. Aranaids. Sandia. No, not seeing a 4-timer. So Aranaids, unless a 4-timer pops into mind. Opponent taking some time on this opening move. Oh, what am I? Aranaids for 80. Okay, opponents used up nearly 3 minutes of time on this opening play. Very highly rated. Look at that, 2188. That's huge. Okay, he blocks my Aranaids spot. What about just looking at a parallel play? Raisined. Is raisined. No, raisined isn't good. Okay, sardine. Okay, I thought the play hadn't gone down for some reason, but it had. Okay, I draw the K and the W for score. Know it all. Okay, I've got okay, not seeing great plays for my scoring tiles here. Got Tink for 42. Draw the X, and I've got the Y as well, so Oxy, one way to get rid of 2 heavy tiles. Do I have a K play? Not that I can see. Not seeing any great plays. I have an E for going at the end of Git. I might just go with WE here to help sort the rack. And again I have the Oxy. The Oxy play, which would help balance the rack a lot in terms of heavy scoring tiles. What about Oxo? Nothing for going at the end of a uni. Any other good spots for the X? No, looks like I'm going with Oxo, even if it does give back a bit. Draw the Y and the U, so not ideal. If I can get rid of UY, I have a Yoni on my rack. This left quadrant kind of dead at the moment until we get to open it up a bit. All the scoring opportunities down here, and okay. What about Yoni? EY ending? Renai maybe? Not Renai, that doesn't work. Rose no good. Noi works. Almost missed that. Not a great rack leave, but scores well. Okay, I draw the J and the F. Fjord through an O, that's not going to happen. Jeff A onto an E. Do I have a hot J play? Jared. I have Jared on my rack. Uni. Nope. No way to extend uni. Unless I have something ED play. Unified. Not quite. United. No, that's not happening. I really want to get rid of this J pronto. J and the U. I guess I have jur here. Takes out a hotspot. I mean, it creates a hotspot, but it also takes out a bit of a hotspot. Yeah, I don't mind this actually. Not a good pickup. If opponent does play in column N, he's giving back points on the trip lane. That was my thinking behind that one. Jur takes an L, so bear that in mind. Pref is good. That doesn't give back much to opponent, and it takes out the R. Can I play through the E from here? That'll take out the G as well. Trafford. Fettered. I'm going with Pref. Not a bad rack leave. Cordite. I don't think it plays anywhere at the moment. It does now though. What do I have now? A terrible rack. What about a VA play? Uva. Still creates a bingo lane. Don't like that. Okay, what to do? Mori. 20. Sorts the rack out to an extent. Mulvey. Through an L. I'm going with Maury. 20. Not a great pickup, but I have Vita. Actually, I can play it here. Vitat is good as well. 31. Gives a little bit back here, but 31 on this board with these tiles. I'll grab it. Just looking at other options. Boat. Okay, opponent has taken my spot. Boat for 25, not a terrible rack leave, considering the starting point. Boat for 25 takes out a couple of useful lanes. So let's see if I can maintain this lead. No hooks for UH. I have via here, but that creates a lane across. Not terribly dangerous, but still a lane. It would give back plays to me. Ava would be the ideal play. AVA. Opponent down to 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes. What does Vita do for the board? 18, terrible rack. Any plays through the P, not fantastic. Topoi is good, but I'd need an extra O for that. Pav. Okay, opponent's played Rev. Do I play Via? I think I do. Very bingo-y letters. What does this really do? It scores 20, but it creates a lane. I think it's not a dangerous lane. I just got to keep scoring, basically. I have no, I don't have Pento. What to do here? I want to get rid of 2 A's, obviously. But I want to at least score 10 points or so in doing so. What does this do to the board? Doesn't give opponent a bingo lane to work with, does it? No. I'm going with at and leaving 1 in the bag. Okay, opponent's got a dream rack there. He's got the S hook here. I don't see a bingo there. And I basically have to just keep scoring. Alu and Mo for 12. Will opponent fish for one last try? He has. He has fished, so he has Trindle, Tinders. Let's see what this does. Tinders, Trindle, D-Train. Oh, D-Train. A-I-N. That's definitely not the play. That'll give him D-Train. Maybe I just... I mean, I could just play an O here. That would pretty much kill his... Unless he ended a bingo on an O. Dinitro or... I I want to think of a better way to absolutely kill the board. This is interesting. What about age? No ways. Front hooks for age. I don't think I see a bingo ending in an O. I'll be very impressed if he can find one. Because he'll have to pluralize frogs. Okay. I think there probably was a better play there where I could score more, but I think that did the trick. So what are my other options now? Oneer. Okay, what have we got here? Areola. Areola. I don't think there was a play with the N. And opponent just to go out with a T. So what's his best spot with a T? It and et, probably for 8. Unless there's a fancy... Oh, actually, I could have played... Oh, nothing ending in U-nil. U-nil. Yeah, that would have been a nice spot. Get the L there. And opponent's gone over time, looking for the best out with a T. So, not sure what he's looking for. Maybe he thinks I've gone out, but I haven't. I'll just nudge him to see. The request's not sent. Okay. So just 25 seconds to go now, and then opponent will forfeit on time. So that's a shame that he won't go out with his last letter, unless he's lost contact maybe. And just 8 seconds to go, and then he forfeits on time. So we'll just and opponent forfeits. Thank my opponent for the game, and let's see what we missed. Okay, so back to the beginning. Caddy seems fine for 28, and then Sinayol for 30 was opponent's best. He needed an E for election and coat line, I think. Anyway, he went with sight. Sardine for 81 was the highest score, and Gum for 27 was best for opponent. Tink for 42, or Oink. Actually, Oink looks a bit better just in terms of the vowel consonant ratio. So same score though. Skull for 36 was best for opponent, but he went with Cool for 24, which sorted the rack out. Wox for 34 I missed. Interesting. 7H. Oh, of course, parallel to caddies, woks. That was definitely the play. And not a terrible rack leave considering the starting point. So a bit of a miss there. I went with we for 22, and then wise for 46, and wolves 49. Look at that. That I often kind of miss that word, but I have a mnemonic for remembering it, which is how will you love. It's a 4-letter word which takes an S. Anyway, wise for 46 looks good, and then oxo for 31 was best here. Grubs for 35, opponent spotted the top one, and then Noi for 35 was best. Landaus for 66 was the bingo opponent had. I think that means a chariot of some sort, like a carriage or a horse-drawn chariot type vehicle. So that's 66 for opponent, and he exchanged. Let's have a look at this. Wow, that rack. Okay, interesting. He exchanged. Jur for 24, but further for 36 at B10. Okay, further. I was actually looking for words ending in ER, and it's not one I'm familiar with, so I have to learn further to incorporate those ones. I went with Jur, which scored 24 and also took out a very useful lane, so one ending in E or S. So there was merit to the move. Opponent had 22 points on offer for Ni. He went with C. Preef for 20, but Finos for 26 at E11. Finos, yeah, and not a bad rack leaf from this lot of 7. So, yeah, a little bit of a miss there, I'd say. Preef, but Preef did take out the R as a bingo lane as well as this E. So, a little bit of merit there. Beautiful rack for opponent, and he was pleased to see that one. Played pleasing. Cordite for 78 or Director onto the R at Preef. Yeah, Director looks good. Cordite didn't give back too much either, though. It restricted the use of these floaters, whereas Director gives more flexibility to use those floaters, so I still like my play. Frog for 24 or Vog for 27, similar idea. And then Mari for 20 seems fine. And, yeah. He for 28, Hode for 32. Okay, that's quite a good score. C3. Oh, Hode down there, opponent could have got. He went with he for 28. And then Boat seems fine for 25. Also taking out the I and the C as useful bingo lanes. And opponent did actually have a great rack at that stage. So, yeah, I think I did potentially block a bingo there. Vatted and Vid, he went with Rev from this rack. Yeah, I suppose that really balanced the rack quite nicely. It's a powerhouse DEIRT blank, but where do you bingo on this board? I mean, there's the S hook for Frog. Other than that, you're looking at 9s through the AT or the DE. Suppose you have to bingo at that stage, so I just kept trying to shut the board down. So Via for 20 at 7H. And I knew that it created a lane there, but it would have given me back score. Opponent didn't have a bingo. Vatted for 23, leaving a strong, or Tsar leaving a super strong rack leave. 9C. Tsar there for 21. Yeah, I suppose he's got TR plays. So that was always going to... I did identify that as a risk. And then Anoa at E5 is suggested. But that gives a lane beginning with an A. So I didn't really like that. I saw the potential danger with the TR there, and I thought just limit what he can do. And I like my play. At really does close it down. And then still no bingo. Opponent just playing off tiles to try get the perfect rack to bingo through frog. And that was the last lane I needed to address. And I did address it with Mo. Re-injures, 38 was opponent's best. I just want to see what what the analyzer suggested for me. K2 and null. Okay, it gives back bingos. And I just didn't want my opponent to bingo. So, I mean, I know the game was won, but I wanted to maximize the spread, obviously. So I think Mo was probably... Analyzer doesn't take those kind of plays into account. And although it's a minus 18 equity, it stopped my opponent from bingoing, I guess. Actually, I don't know if he did have a bingo there. No, it doesn't look like it. Anyway, I thought I'd just make... I suppose I had perfect knowledge of his 7 tiles, so I didn't really need to block it in that instance. Yeah, Snirted and Tinders. What are the other ones? No, I don't think he could have bingoed. Anyway, he went with Rinsed. Areola was best, and opponent just timed out. So it was a good game all in all, I thought. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.